think I was through when they first had their opening. Are you ready?
You're on, sir.
All right, we'll call the meeting to order. Jen, you want to take roll?
Commissioner Corbin.
Here.
Commissioner Johnson.
Here.
Commissioner Waldner.
Here.
Commissioner Thill.
Here.
Mayor Lindsay.
Here. You have attached the minutes of the May 18th meeting.
Motion to approve minutes for May 18th.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. You have before you the agenda for this evening.
Make motion to approve the May 26th agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Appearances, acknowledgements, and correspondence. Acknowledge the April investment report, gross salaries, and bills for ratification. Any questions or comments? Jen, did you have anything you wanted to add?
I don't. A few adjustments to reserves, some minor, changed your bottom line designated reserves, otherwise, no other
Okay.
comment.
Any other questions?
I'll make a motion to acknowledge the April investment report, gross salaries and bills for ratification.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Seeing no old business, we'll move to new business. Authorize use of the community center future maintenance reserve for parking lot repair, and Aaron is here to address that.
A police issue.
And I've got just a additional kind of attachment to here, so I get a picture view of what I'm looking at doing.
Thank you.
What our governing board's been working on, addressing the parking lots up at the community center. And there's two of them. There's a Trojan Field parking lot, which on that map I printed out was, used to be a dirt lot. And then in 2003, the four-person budget personnel committee approved using leftover community center construction funds to pretty much blacktop that in 2003. And that covered from Trojan Field on, pretty much like I said, the one entrance all the way to the other far entrance. What our board has been working on is addressing the repairs needed for the, what's called the J-shaped or the curved parking lot, starting at the entrance over at the DSU field house on the west side, hooks around in front of the community center, and then kind of addresses that driveway going right through the facility. You know, that the entrance over there by the field house, that was there when the field house, before the community center ever existed. That was the entrance that came into a parking lot. When the community center was built, and they extended that out and kind of made that into a curved parking lot, connecting it with the new community center parking lot and the driveway. So that was extended in 2000 or 1999, where we wanted, and you know, whenever it was completed, when the community center was being built. So with the issues that we've had, we've got the parking lot in that area is pretty much deteriorated. There's quite a few potholes, I guess, small and large size. It's even starting to break up in a lot of the areas of blacktop. So something needs to be done, and you know, and our board has kind of has been kind of started out by creating a memorandum of understanding between the community center, city, and DSU to kind of figure out who's going to pay for this. You know, for the last kind of year of discussion on a community center board level, we've just kind of decided to say, hey, you know what we want to do. You know, approximately there's about $48,000 in repair costs that needs to be done to fix that curved parking lot. What we would like to do is just provide DSU with a X dollar amount, a lump sum of X amount. This is what we can contribute it, you know, and ask for them to go ahead and get the clear through, I guess, to get it done. And that's kind of what I'm here today is asking if we can take $20,000 out of that $48,000 that's still remaining left over from our construction fund to contribute to pretty much repaving and fixing the potholes that are in that curved parking lot that, again, starts on the east side of the field house, takes you around over to the front of the community center. And with that attachment, I provided the meeting minutes, the unofficial meeting minutes from our last board meeting. And you can kind of see that where the discussion was made under they were reviewing the budget committee meeting minutes. And our budget committee kind of talked about it, we took it to our governing board talked about it, and kind of recommended this plan of action, I guess, to the city commission.
Now, Aaron, we've, kind of had the discussion before as to how much the community and the city and the state. Are you saying just a blanket 20% or $20,000 from the community center or from the community center and city both?
No, just from it'd be from that, it'd come essentially from the community center and the city goal, but it'd be those funds used from that leftover construction fund, maintenance reserve funds. It's like 48,000
600 something.
dollars, and then we'd use 20,000 of that.
So then whatever else was left over to take care of this, it would be DSU's
Which-
expense?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
correctly,
Okay.
which is about a 60-40 breakout,
Mhm.
on the percentage-wise, I guess. There is an additional seam in Trojan field that the contractors came back and looked at. It'd be additional $6,000 to get that fixed. But the board recommendation motion was just to approve up to 20,000, so anything, that's the most that we would contribute to it through that, through that reserve account.
Okay. I guess my only other question would be is, in doing that, might they only do a certain percentage of it and then come back next year looking for assistance to do more, or have you discussed it with anyone on that?
Yeah.
Because we have no idea what their budgeting is either for it.
Right, just this conversation I've had with the physical plant in Stacy was that they would move, if this got approved, they would move forward with the entire project that our board looked at and presented.
Okay.
So that total, that whole 48,000, and then plus that extra $6,000, they came back a week ago and just kind of provided an updated quote on an additional area that needed to be patched as well.
So they're fine with this being an up to amount, or just a flat 20,000?
Just, yeah, I guess, to my knowledge, they are, I guess. When I visited with Stacy, I just let them know this is what we can contribute up to it. Sounded like if it got to go ahead, that they would move forward with the project.
Okay.
I think, Mayor, to kind of help answer your question as well, is that I think we can pretty much guarantee it's gonna be the full 20,000.
Yeah, that's correct.
And so, I mean, we've, as the community center board, they've hashed this over for probably over a year, and, and it's one of the, I think it's in spirit of partnership of the community center and the city with DSU to kind of, come on, man, we gotta get this thing done, and, we're gonna start, well, we already are in certain areas, gonna be driving on gravel here pretty much, and so.
Yeah.
And part of it, DSU's been without a true president for a while, so they've been kind of in transition as well. And so I think the board just said, hey, listen, instead of trying to figure out, okay, we have X number of spots and percentages and all this, just, here's 20 grand to kind of get this thing moving, let's get it going and get this thing done. So I think that's what they came up with.
All right.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, whoever you are. You said it's from the east, starts on the east side
On
of,
the west side, I'm
I
sorry.
thought you
yeah,
said, I
the
thought
west
you
side
said,
entrance.
okay, west, so, okay, on the west side, and then swings off to the front.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's, and this construction fund, is this leftover money from the original construction or?
Transferred, I just looked it up, it was transferred back in '03, so after all of the community center construction bills were done, the building was finalized, there was a little
Okay.
bit of money left in that building fund, it was rolled over into this future maintenance reserve. Hasn't been
So
touched
we have
since.
not, so we have, the whole 48,000 or 47,
Was
whatever,
rolled
46
over,
was
yep,
rolled
and it's
over.
been,
Okay.
again, we haven't touched it since.
Okay, so we haven't been building in reserve, it's
No.
not built.
No, it was a rollover from the construction.
Thank you.
And these are, if I may, we've had other conversations, Mayor, but these are, what he is requesting are community center funds, as opposed to general fund and other things that have been thrown around out there.
Okay.
It's,
Yeah.
it's a,
That's
I was just gonna follow up on that. It's kind of a unique situation for the fellow commissioners, is that you have the community center, you have the city, and then you have DSU. And trying to calculate and figure all of those monies out, DSU gives a percentage, city gives a percentage, and then the community center has their funds as well.
Correct.
And so it gets pretty convoluted in a hurry, and it's hard to really follow the money, so.
Have you talked to Chad about any of this?
Yes, yeah, Chad's on our board.
Okay,
So he's been-
what I'd like to see you do is, you're gonna do the whole parking lot, right?
The curb section of that.
Yeah, from where it's broke up by the south side of the community center, all the way up and around.
Yep,
I'd like to see if it's possible, if we could take and grind that up and keep the grindings for future development. And then them bad spots, dig down a couple feet, because as you come in off of Washington Avenue, that's your turning point, and it just keeps, anytime you got any turning, and same way down on the south side of the, community center, you got turning there,
sure.
and you got that water running down over it.
Yeah.
Put in a little thicker mat and some of this ground up asphalt that's mixed with gravel, and then it would give you a better base with some wired mesh in there to keep your blue clay from pushing up through.
So
Good.
you recommend that the people that are doing it, we wouldn't store that ground up stuff, they would use it as part of this project?
Well, yeah, you could use part of it, and then if there's any extra left over, we could,
We have a pile also.
Yeah, Fred's got a pile of it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's, we've
And
been
that-
using some of that to fill them on time from time to time, but I see.
Sure.
So, but I don't know if it'd be feasible if we could grind that or not, but that would probably cut down on some cost. And then the contractor could come in and do his thing, and only thing, I just don't want an overlay over the top of it, and then come 2 years later, that blue clay is pushing up through.
Push everything back up. Now, I know Chad talked about, once this project is done, kind of doing an annual maintenance of, the possibility like, where like the counties, some other counties, if it's Moody, or I'm not sure which county does, comes in and kind of does a spray or an overlay spray.
Chip spread.
Yeah, yeah. and he
But you
talked
wanna
about-
make sure you got your rock over the top of it, because you guys could have a mess if
Well-
it bleeds through.
I don't think he was
Yeah,
talking about chip spread, he was
he
more
was
of a
talking about kind of how they,
cosmetic spray.
yeah, it's
Seal
Just a
coat.
oil
it's a
spray.
seal coat that they do like on the rec trails and
Yeah.
things like that, so.
See, and I understand what
Different type
Bob's
of oil.
saying, is if, because the city just went through having the streets in town cored to find out what our base is like underneath. Because if you don't have a base that'll take the water away, you're wasting the money on that, putting down just an overlay over the top of it.
Sure.
And so that's what he's talking about, is he already is aware, that there's some weaknesses in those areas. And so it's one of the things in that should be considered in that when they're looking at this project. Because if that isn't done, 5, 6 years from now, it'll all be broke up again.
What kind of clay did you call that, Bob?
Blue clay.
Blue clay. Yeah, the physical plant will be overseeing the work for this project, since it's on campus project, but I'll talk to Corey Braskamp about that.
Mhm.
He's kind of the lead man, I guess, for it.
Ultimately, excuse me, ultimately, it's their parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, if they don't want us to fix it the way, it's their parking lot.
So,
I would make a motion to authorize the use of the community center future maintenance reserve, the parking lot for the parking lot repair in the amount of $20,000.
Second.
we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you, guys. I'll let Stacy know.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Declare as surplus property and appoint appraisers, scrap aluminum wire. And this here is from our continuing electrical replacement projects.
Yes, looks like nobody else here to talk about it. The mayor pretty much summed it up. I'll make a motion to declare surplus property and appoint appraisers Jeremiah Corbin, Bob Matheson, and Chad Comus for scrap aluminum wire.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Number 3, appoint police chief. And this one's
Guess
yours.
that'd be me.
Mhm.
Well, I would like to announce that we've selected Justin Meyer as the next police chief for the city of Madison. And prior to my making any motions, for the commission, I want to throw out a few comments here, if I may.
Go ahead.
Picking a police chief, it's a extremely time-intensive process, not only for myself, but the interview team as well. Many other folks that I pulled in for advice, wisdom, about the position, the qualifications on the law enforcement side, and also ultimately what's needed for our community. We had an excellent pool of applicants from across the state and nation, pretty intense interviews and discussion amongst the interview team. It was nice to have so many applicants because it tells me that we do have an excellent police department with folks wanting to move to our community, and in this case of Justin, wanting to continue to serve this community in a new capacity. A lot of this is attributed to the leadership of former Chief Pulford, the work, the talents, and dedication of everyone in the Madison Police Department. They've all helped to build a safe, welcoming community so many of us call home. Justin, he's demonstrated many leadership skills and that he has learned from Chief Pulford. And along with his own leadership style, I feel he's got the capacity to continue leading our department in the right direction. I know he'll work hard to keep the continuity of the relationships we've built with the many entities that our Madison Police Department work with. We need to continue to foster the relationships with the citizens of Madison, other law enforcement agencies across the state, our schools, and the close working relationship we have with the Lake County Sheriff's Department. Perfect. We have great patrol sergeants, patrolmen, and of course our administrative assistant all work hard each and every day. I'm looking forward to being a part of this, watching this team working together, and selecting this new chief of police. Took some patience to work through the hiring process. A little wearing on everybody as we walk through the process, but I'm happy to have worked hard to get to this outcome. And with that, I'd like to make a motion to appoint Justin Meyer as the next police chief for the city of Madison, and we'll open it up for other questions.
I think you need a second on that first, doesn't he?
Yes.
You need a I'll
Okay.
second that.
Yes, very good. Any questions or comments? I think the team did an excellent job.
straightforward.
I know they spent a lot of hours. I visited with Mike on the process, and the one thing that having an interview process does is it really solidifies your answer when you've come down and made the choice. And so with that, congratulations, Justin, as soon as they vote. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Looking forward to it and to the support of some of your team that are here. I know some of them dropped me an email in support, and they said they were out of town. I believe we have one officer at the funeral of the officer in Omaha, and but appreciate it, and ultimately appreciate all the work that you guys do for Madison and keeping us safe, and can't thank you enough for that. So appreciate it.
Very good.
Good luck, Justin.
Yeah,
What's that?
Good luck.
very good.
Thank you.
Good luck. Duties start tomorrow morning, bright and early.
Yep.
Right now, yeah, they actually do. Yeah, you're right. It's a
We're
24-hour job.
We're open 24/7, right?
So, all right, number 4, we have some attached, some personnel adjustments.
Mr. Mayor, I would move to approve the personnel as presented, and then also add the new police chief, what do you call these?
Green sheet.
Green
Green
sheet.
sheets, technical term, green
Yeah,
sheet.
very,
All
very.
right, there you go.
That's why it's color coded.
It's a legal term, all right.
Deals with money.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I don't know, can we just add that one at the end? Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Seeing no other announcements or other business, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, everyone, and have a great evening.